Change your diet, change your life, change the planet.
Hi, it's Tim Van Orden with the Running Raw Project. Today I want to do another episode of Getting Started because I just discovered today that Facebook has this other mailbox. When you go to read messages, there are all your messages there, and then there's this little gray word next to it that says other, and I've never noticed it before. For some reason today I noticed it and I clicked on it, and there are hundreds of messages in there, many from you, telling me how much these Getting Started videos have helped you, and I was really blown away sitting there reading through them. So I want to do another one because I'm having a really hard time getting started right now. I know I keep telling you again and again and again about my tiny little baby steps, but sometimes even they are too big. And right now, I'm going through one of those periods where even the tiny steps are too big. And I'm sure many of you have experienced this as well. And it's like, Tim, it just doesn't work. I can't do it. Well, let me tell you what's going on. From the outside, people often judge us based on what we're able to accomplish or not accomplish. If we attempt to do something really small, like a baby step or a tiny step, and we fail at it, people judge us harshly. How could you fail at such a simple thing? But if we take on the world, if we take on a giant obstacle and we fail, it's okay. You tried, you went for it. Well, I've failed at the big obstacles, and I've also failed at the little tiny ones. This camera that I'm holding right now doesn't weigh very much. I think it's like 4 to 5 ounces. It's really light and small. And I can hold it and I can make this video. But if I were to try to hold it for an hour, my shoulder would give out. Not only would it give out, but I would be in extreme pain. And if I tried to hold this camera for a day or a week, I just couldn't possibly do it. My arm would give out and would be useless. But yet this camera is so small. It's so tiny, it's such an easy weight to lift. It's not 100 pounds. It's not even half a pound. It's tiny. And from the outside, someone would say, how could you not lift that camera? Are you weak? Are you lazy? What's wrong with you? Why can't you lift that camera? It's half a pound. But because I've been trying to lift this camera for an hour, for 2 hours, for a day, for a week, continuously trying to deal with this tiny little step in front of me, I'm worn out. My arm can't hold it anymore. My body can't go through that process anymore. Even the tiny steps can add up to be too much if you try to do them too long, if you hold on to them for too long. Just like in weightlifting. You lift the weight and then you rest. And you wait to gain strength again. You recover before you do the next set. And then you recover before you do the next set. And then, when you're done with the workout, you take days off. If you're smart, you'll take 4 to 7 days off before you attempt to do that work again. But if you try to lift the weight repeatedly again and again and again and again, even if it's just a pound, you will fail. You will give out. And then if you wake up the next day and you try to do it all over again, you'll fail again. And the next day, you'll fail again. And that's what I've been going through. I've got a couple tiny little steps in front of me, and even though they're tiny, man, they're tough. And they broke me. So what do you do when you're broken by the tiny steps? You got to take a step back. You got to walk away for a little bit. And you got to say, you know what? I need to recover. I'm broken. I'm overwhelmed. I've been weakened. And if I just keep hammering away at this, and if I keep trying to lift this weight, I'm never going to recover, and I'm never going to get stronger. So I've stepped back, and I'm now taking tiny steps in directions that aren't towards my main goals, but are towards things that still bring me fulfillment and also increase my knowledge, my awareness, what have you. For instance, I'm out here doing another boot run through the woods in Woodford, exploring. And even though I'm not training for any particular race right now, this is getting me in great shape. It's allowing me to listen to audiobooks, and I'm out in the world, and the stress goes away. But if I stayed at home trying to push through this little tiny step, I'd be shut down and spiral quickly into a deep, dark hole that I may never get out of. Because I've been close this week. I've been really close to that deep, dark hole. So I come out here instead. So don't suck it up. Don't push through. Don't just do it. Don't force yourself to continually push at something when you're tired, overwhelmed, and weak, and your shoulder's giving out and you can't hold the camera anymore. You gotta give yourself a break, even if it's a tiny step. Don't beat yourself up. Don't listen to what other people are saying about how insignificant that tiny little thing is, because to you, it's not insignificant. And if you ask them to hold it for a week at a time, they'd realize how difficult it is, but they're not thinking that way. They're just thinking it's small, therefore it should be easy. Don't listen. This is your life. Own every moment. And when the little steps get too big, back up and step in another direction, but one that makes you feel good. It's not about checking out. It's not about numbing yourself. It's about still moving forward, but towards something that's not the main goal that's really tripping you up. Okay? So little steps are good, but when the shoulder starts to hurt, which mine is right now, you got to put the camera down. You got to back away and do something else, which is what I'm going to do, because my shoulder really hurts. So I'm going to walk through the woods and I'm going to look for some moose tracks again. All right, see ya.